It's the final set of matches here in the group stages of the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020. And for the first time in this competition, we will have Group B matches here at the National Stadium in Singapore. It's Malaysia versus Indonesia, and this is regarded as one of the biggest derbies in Southeast Asian football. And there's so much at stake here tonight because it's a place in the semi-finals that they are fighting for. Indonesia, top of Group B on goal difference. Malaysia, a point behind them. They know only a win will guarantee them a place in the next round. And at the same time, of course, Vietnam are taking on Cambodia. Vietnam, remember, they have to win, and if they want to finish top of the group, they have to better the result here for Indonesia. So there are a few permutations available. We'll be keeping you in touch with the other game as well, being held simultaneously at the Bishan. Can't wait for this one, Roshan.
An absolute privilege to be here to cover this game, and I'm really looking forward to this. A massive game. Both these sides know exactly what's at stake here. For Malaysia, it's simple, isn't it? They have to win. For Indonesia, they can take fewer risks. They can see how it goes. They can play on the counter-attack a little bit. And we saw against Vietnam, they know how to keep a clean sheet. They know how to be disciplined. They know how to be aggressive. They know how to fight this Indonesian side. And it's such an exciting young team with a big, bright future ahead of them. But this is a massive test. This is where they can take that next step in terms of the development, seeing out the result, getting the result that takes them through into the AFF Suzuki Cup semi-final. What an exciting 90 minutes plus of football we're going to have here tonight.
Yeah. It may only be 20% full here at the stadium, but listen to the supporters you will find in the region. And let's look at the starting lineup for Malaysia. They make 4 changes to the side that were convincingly beaten by Vietnam. The one to look out for, the number 2 there, Dion Cools, flew in from Europe just 4 days ago. He goes straight into the lineup. Junior Elstal is also restored to the starting lineup. Koglaswaran Raj is also in, as is Faisal Halim, who had that COVID-19 problem at the start of this campaign. It is a new centre-back pairing, remember, because Aidil Zafwan had a hamstring problem. He hobbled off in the game. So did Shaul Saad. He's on the bench. So Mahagiri has to settle for a place on the bench, as does Lukman Hakim. And on the bench, well, this is the biggest bench we've seen actually for Malaysia so far in this tournament. Because of COVID-19 and players not being available at the time, they finally have a full complement. The referee today from Bahrain, as is his first assistant, Amar Ibrahim Hassan. And there are the 2 skippers. Badro Bakhtiar taking the armband today from Aidil. For Indonesia, they make just the 1 change to the side that had that valiant point against Vietnam, the goalless draw in that one. And in comes Ramai Rumakek, the youngster, drafted in for this absolutely massive game. And clearly it would appear that Shin Tae-yong is fairly happy with what he's seen. He's gone for a pretty attacking formation here, a 4-4-2. And the man who misses out is Rizky Ramadani. But they are going with a 4-4-2 today. Irianto, who normally sits in front of the back 4, is moving into the middle of the park today with Ricky Kambuaya. And yes, there you go, Rizky Ridho Ramadani, who was actually one of the most impressive players in that match against Vietnam. He has to settle for a place on the bench. There's also there on the bench Elkan Baggett, who was in quarantine, wasn't he, until yesterday for a COVID-19 incident on his plane, but he would be available later on in this competition. There is still no sign of Egy Maulana, who there were varying reports about whether he would be available for this one. Some mind games playing by Shin Tae-yong earlier in the picture. Tan Cheng-ho said, let's not get the media into our heads. Let's focus on the game instead. How do you see this one playing out, Roshan? Because Malaysia have to go for it from the off.
Yeah, they do. They certainly do. This Malaysian side, they have to go for it, but at the same time, it's not going to be a situation where you want to take too many risks too early on and open yourselves up to opportunities to lose out on the counter-attack, and give Indonesia those opportunities in those counter-attacking situations, because there's plenty of pace in this side. You look at Irfan Jaya and Ramai Rumakek in those wider positions. They have got pace to burn. Witan Sulaiman just playing in just behind Ezra Walian in these phases out of possession. So it's almost like they set up in this 4-2-3-1.
How impressed were you with the discipline shown by Indonesia? As we come back to that in a minute, here's Ezra Walian.
There was respect for what Vietnam are capable of, but there wasn't any fear from Indonesia. They knew that we're not perhaps at that level yet, as the cross comes in. Bit of a shaky moment early on for Junior Elstal.
Yeah, he's just back in the lineup. Remember, he started the very first game against Cambodia, hobbled off, and has been restored to the starting lineup today as that comes flashing across the goal. And this man, Pratama Febriansha, but he's come back in and it's been excellent.
Yeah, wonderful driving run. The 19-year-old. They've got 2 young players on that left-hand side. Incredible talent coming through this Indonesian squad. It's close, isn't he?
Not far away. Out the spectacle, aren't they? And that's the great thing. As they come forward here with Irfan. Indonesia out wide to Ezra Walian. They'll get a corner of Shami Safari. Endeared them to a lot of fans. Doesn't come to find me safe hands. He's been very good in those sort of situations. Will they profit from this? Alfiandra Lewanga. Despite that so-called handicap, they have been pretty good value up till now. Here is Junior Elstal. Now Shafiq. Out wide to Arif. Arif's done well here. Twisting in and out, Asnawi. Coach felt he had too much football in him. He's still a young man. Trying to get the shots away. And that was arrowing in, isn't it, to the near post. Oh, and Dion Cools, the new man in, of course. And Rizal Ghazali. Wonderful pace. Free kick for Malaysia. Alfiandra Lewanga got the final touch on that.
There was some doubt about whether Indonesia would come out and really attack this Malaysian side. We're seeing that they are. You know, it's not a case of them just sitting back.
You know what, Shin Tae-yong addressed that, didn't he? As that force of Koguswan Raj. Oh, he's got the shot in! What a goal that is! Koguswan Raj has opened the scoring for Malaysia out of the blue.
What a start for Malaysia here. A quick throw and an intelligent run in behind from Shafiq Ahmad that really starts it off. It's a poor clearance, you could say. And perhaps if you want to be hypercritical here, you can say it is slow to close down that shot from range, Rahmat Irianto. But that is
just a few days ago, and look at it. And there was a goal coming, just felt it. The way this has opened up, and it could be another chance here, Ezra Walian.
Here he is.
This time has won the AFF Cup. Look at Arif Ahmad. He's giving a bit of a torrid time, isn't he? Punch clear by Nadio. It's still alive. Here's Safawi. Haven't said his name yet in this match. And he's been one of the outstanding players.
Quality on the ball as well.
Now this is a weapon they used a couple times, didn't they, Partama? Was there a foul? No one's really asking for it on Ramai.
Well,
two men down, by the way.
In Malaysia on a domestic front this season.
Lovely ball up towards Irfan. Looking up for targets. Irfan to the top of the box. Ramai, I should say. Just couldn't get the ball from his feet. That's given away to Rahmat Irianto. Witan Sulaiman. Sting taken out of that shot.
Sells out.
Yeah. That doesn't help with the fans, does it? They just want to get what's right. They want to get the penalty, don't they? Flag stays down. Still alive here.
It's been absolute pandemonium.
Look at that, another long throw from Pratama. Here's Irfan. Lofted into the box. Ezra Walian got a little bit of contact on it. And they get it clear through Dion Cools. Oh, lovely turn from Pratama. Still Pratama. Well over in the end. Oh, look at that, right arrowed in at Ezra Walian. Oh, what a ball that is. The keeper is caught out there. Oh, that was just wide. Nadio, a reminder, of course, that Nadio wasn't even supposed to be playing necessarily in this match because he only came in for the Vietnam game when Armando was hurt in the warm-up. But here come Indonesia again. Irfan. Good work by Faisal Halim. Is he through here? Witan Sulaiman. Squared it. Brilliant. Indonesia right back in there. Through Irfan.
Look at that, they're patient in possession, they pass it around, they wait for the right opportunity to arrive. Pick it up in midfield, he's onside. That's a wonderful run from Witan Sulaiman, looking right across that defensive line. He's aware of his position, he makes absolutely sure, advanced positions.
9 minutes left, Roshan. I don't want this to end.
And you know, there's not been any sort of issues.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, there's rivalry. I'll come back to it.
Let's go out again. Away by Cools, but Junior Elstal tries to slide it away. Here's Pratama. Straight at the keeper. Here comes Pratama. Still Pratama. He's ridden the challenge. Pratama. He's still going, Pratama. Can they finish this? Yes, they can! It's number 2 for Irfan and Indonesia.
Here's Ovej Pratama. Look at this driving run. Straight through the heart of that Malaysian defense. Yes, they get a little bit fortunate, a couple of deflections going their way. But they've been at it since conceding. The response has been incredible. You know, we've been talking about mentality a lot. Yesterday we mentioned it with Singapore going a goal down to Thailand and then seemingly falling flat.
Could he? He's had a bit of a torrid time on that side, hasn't he?
It's so difficult for defenders at times when you've got confident players. Don't see that beautiful side of the game.
Yeah, we wouldn't have seen that goal. Absolutely. Yeah, is Irfan looking for a hat-trick in this game? As we see the corner, deep one. Carol Fongin. Well, they can't clear their lines here. There looked to be a foul in the box.
He looks to be in trouble here, Safawi. Alfiandra actually gets to the ball first. Wonderful first half of football. Both these sides strong. 5 outside the box, 10 from inside the box. They've been the dominant team. Malaysia with just 2 shots in their first half.
There you go, the goal scorers for Kokoswaran Raj got the opening goal in the 13th minute. Irfan hit back for Indonesia with 2 in 7. And a halftime score here at the National Stadium in this AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 match. It's Malaysia 1, Indonesia 2.
Change of shape here for Indonesia as they move into a back 5. 3 central defenders with the number 12 Pratama Arhan playing as a left wing back. Asnawi is that right wing back. 2 of Ricky Kambuaya and Rahmat Irianto just sitting in front of that back 3. And then Irfan Jaya, Witan Sulaiman and Ezra Walian, the 3 in those advanced positions.
So Malaysia have also made a change with Dominic Tan replacing Safawi. You saw him right at the end of the first half, clutching his shoulder. Looked a pretty bad injury for him. We hope he's okay, of course. But they've lost one of their star players, Malaysia, who's been enjoying himself in this tournament. It's been a good platform for him to sort of resurrect things. And he's replaced by Dominic Tan, who was born in Singapore, opted to play for the country of his parents' birth. As Malaysia gets a corner. So they brought in, and they've lost one of their goal threats, the tournament joint top scorer in Safawi. Shafiq. Not the best of clearances. Elkan Baggett. 1.96. Low grass cutter, that one from Badrul Bakhtiar, Indonesian. Plays for Ipswich under 23s. They flew him in for this. Had an issue with COVID, but all good now. Oh, what a shot that is! From distance! It dipped on Karen Fami!
So positive with his play, so confident. This is technically such a brilliant strike. The way he hits it, and all the criticisms out there will be it's straight down the middle of the goal. Can't Karen Fami save that one? But it's the pace of the hit, and it's the technique of that strike. You just have a look at how he hits it. He sets himself up. A late challenge comes in. He doesn't take his focus or eyes off the ball. Shafiq Ahmad with a challenge from behind, desperately trying to have an impact on Arhan. But have a look at the flight of that shot. And the reason why Karen Fami is
So, ball is stolen back here. Indonesia. Irfan for a hat-trick! Oh, he's pulled it just wide. Did that. Let's see. Oh, it's an open goal! But the whistle went. The whistle went just before the shot was taken by Shafiq. Seemed to be a foul on Nadio. Oh, Shafiq is not taking that well.
Listen up. Keepers are a protected species, aren't they? I'm not sure.
Touch. Dapat. That shot that's blocked. Oh, the header's over, but there was a foul anyway in the process. In the game against Cambodia, but was told no, he couldn't. It had to be Asnawi, who's the designated penalty taker. I think he wanted to dedicate that goal to his dad, Shin Tae-yong. Dion Cools. Straight forward. Just stopping a little bit of tussling there between Junior Elston and Fakhruddin. Gone a little bit short. That will be a corner. It's been There's Irfan. Back from Baggett. Kambuaya, brilliant passing here from Indonesia. They'll go all the way back to their keeper Nadio. Do they want that?
It will stifle our attacking instincts. Oh.
Problem here. Can he finish off the schedule? Oh, had to get... Thought of the natural left backs. Dimas. Oh, they've got the fourth goal! And it's the big man, Elkan Baggett. Well, now surely the 3 points will go to Indonesia. Joyous scenes.
Sorry, what was interesting for me as the goal went in, yes, there were celebrations on the bench, but straight away you had one of the assistants. Well, let me talk about this goal first. Elkan Baggett, the delivery from Evan Dimas, his quality, right on his head. Karen Fami, again, the decision making in that situation. Does he have to come out and punch? Can he stay on his line? Is Elkan Baggett being marked? He is. But he backs himself. He thinks he's going to come out and meet that Karen Fami. Instead, Elkan Baggett's the one who gets his head on it with that height advantage.
As they look to get it clear, Alfiandra de Jonga. Witan Sulaiman. Tussling there with the ball with Quentin Cheng. Well done there to Kambuaya. Yabes Roni. Now the new man, Hannes. Oh, that's a delightful ball by Witan. And it's over, hits the crossbar from Evan Dimas. But it's a fitting way to end what has been by far the most entertaining, enthralling game we've had at the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020.
Fantastic from Indonesia.
For the semi-finals, they've done it in style. And as you can see there from the scoreline, it has been an emphatic victory. The final score here at the National Stadium in this last group game match in Group B is Malaysia 1, Indonesia 4. Well, celebrations in the stands, on the pitch. They're absolutely delighted, the Indonesians, at getting through. Dejection, of course, for Malaysia, who surely would have fancied their chances this evening. And they'll go over now to greet and thank their fans. There is the Indonesian bench at the moment, and their fans, their competition has been extended. And now the man of the match award is going to go to Pratama. Your thoughts on that one, Roshan?
Yeah, I think deserved. You know, I think he's had a really lively game, very energetic down that left-hand side, wonderful quality on the ball, had some really good runs forward with it, dribbling through that Malaysian defense, and of course a cracking goal to give Indonesia that nice little cushion.
Well, Indonesia had so many attempts on that. Look at that, 23 attempts, 7 of them a target. Malaysia could only make 7 attempts today, and that is where the difference was between the two sides. So this is how it stands in Group B. What a night of goals there were, not only here, but of course in Bishan Stadium. But it's Indonesia who stunningly go top of Group B. They end the group stages at the top. Not many people would have thought it. They edge out Vietnam, and they will take on Singapore in the semi-finals. It's Vietnam-Thailand. Many people thought that would be the final, but we will take a breath.